hello everybody. We are doing a pet dental health kind of Q&A. Johnna is with Bow Wow Labs, which you can see this is the new toothpaste or dental gel. And this is also the 4-in-1 toothbrush that I have here. So we're going to be talking about these things, but we can also cover any other questions. So I see some people tuning in. If you have any questions about pet dental health, feel free to put them in the chat because we'll be looking at that. But I also prepped some questions. So cool. I thought it would be kind of fun. Chat GPT is what everyone is talking about right now. So I asked the bot, I said, what are the most frequently asked questions?
Hey, that's a great use for that.
Yeah. I said, what are the most common questions about specifically brushing your dog's teeth? And so it spit out, I asked for the top 5 questions. So I have the top 5 questions here. So
let's dive in. I love questions.
Yes, I should have given you a chance to introduce yourself. Do you want to just quickly give us the like short version of who you are and what you do?
Sure. So as I just mentioned, I'm a clinical pet nutritionist. I'm the Chief Nutrition Officer. I'm and VP of Marketing at Bow Wow Labs, which is a great innovative company that is promoting all things safety, health, and wellness, which is why we have this oral line that we're about to discuss, and why, you know, for me, oral care is one of the basics that all pet parents should at least try to attain that goal of being able to brush their dog's teeth on a daily basis, because it's related to so many other health issues throughout the body. The bacteria in the mouth has been directly related to cardiovascular disease. It creates inflammation in distant organs. And unfortunately, and this is a stat that a lot of people that are pet parents are seeing right now, 80% of dogs by the age of 3 have some form of periodontal disease. And how tragic is that? Because it's preventable, right? Like, if you can prevent periodontal disease, why aren't we all doing it? So I'm really excited to answer your questions and to help educate your audience so that we can hopefully get a few more dogs with their teeth getting brushed and getting them healthier.
How often should I brush my dog's teeth?
So ideally, you should be brushing your dog's teeth daily. There are a lot of people that say they bring out a toothbrush once a week. The reason for the daily brushing is because plaque is a form of biofilm that collects all the time, right? And so you have 48 hours to remove that plaque before it turns into tartar. So if you only brush once a week, you actually have tartar forming, and then you're just really brushing away that days or the 2 days biofilm. So brushing daily is really ideal. And again, if we just talk about habits, if you get into the habit of brushing daily, then you'll remember, versus if you only brush on Sunday, things happen, right? Sometimes I forget to water my plants. I always water my plants on Tuesdays, but here it is Thursday and I haven't watered my plants. So, you know what I mean? Like, life gets in the way sometimes. So you just have to, there's multiple reasons, but the primary one is to remove that biofilm and prevent tartar from forming.
And like you said, you can do it in like 20 seconds. It doesn't have to be like several minutes. You just kind of like zip, 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 zip.
Yeah, we don't need to do like the 2-minute rule that we do for us humans. We're just, it's just really brushing in there thoroughly.
Okay, awesome. All right, daily brushing. And I think that helps with the habit building too, if it's like something you do every day as well. Okay, the next chat GPT robot question is, okay, I know what the answer for this is. What is the best toothbrush and toothpaste for my dog?
So I may be biased, but I am going to say the Bow Wow Labs 4-in-1 toothbrush that comes in 2 sizes, and then the toothpaste. So the toothpaste I formulated, we actually just won Top Pet Product of 2022 with our toothpaste gel. It is a gel that has Manuka honey, which is an anti-inflammatory, antifungal. It has sage in there, which is also an anti-inflammatory. It has aloe. It has glucose oxidase, which is a natural enzymatic that helps to kind of break down the bacteria, and parsley in there, which is supposedly can help with breath odor. I say supposedly because you have science on both sides of the fence on that. Some say yes and some say no. And it's just a really great product.
Yeah, no, I like I said, I saw this at Super Zoo, where I saw you back in August, and you kind of introduced it to me. And walking around the show, I saw a lot of dental products, but something that's always kind of a red flag for me, not just with dental products, but with everything, is I hate when I see beef flavoring or chicken flavoring. I don't like giving my dog stuff, or even myself if I can avoid it, stuff that has flavoring, because it's not the real thing. It's just chemicals.
Right.
And
right.
So, you know, do you find like so many dog toothpaste are chicken flavored? Do dogs have any problem having something that's not flavored?
No. And so that's one of the reasons why I created that, right? So there's no scent and there's no taste. So there's really, it's a blank canvas. There's no reason that a dog should not accept that toothpaste gel in their mouth, which at the end of the day, we just want to get in there, clean those teeth and get out, right?
Yeah.
My dog happens to really like the taste. She comes back trying to lick it. So even though there's really not a taste, the honey, there's a little bit of that Manuka honey, which does provide a small bit of a taste for them.
Well, yeah. And depending on your dog, like Bert will try to eat anything. And so he was interested in licking this when we were taking some pictures yesterday. But I think that I just realized this is that it's actually easier to brush with this, because when I've tried chicken flavored things in the past years ago, one of the reasons why it didn't work is they were obsessed with like licking the toothbrush. And since this is not like a strong flavor, I think it's easier to just get in and get out, like you said.
Yeah.
Moving on to the third question from the robots is, oh, can I use human toothpaste for my dogs?
That's a really great question and a really important one to talk about. The answer is no. The answer is no for two reasons. One, human toothpaste, a lot of toothpastes have xylitol as like a sweetener for us. And xylitol is 100% toxic to the point of it can be fatal for dogs. The second reason is that human toothpaste is not designed to be swallowed, right? It's supposed to be spit out. And so there are some products, or I should say ingredients, in human toothpaste that should not be getting consumed. So even if you find a non-xylitol human toothpaste, I'm going to say don't use that, because your dog is not rinsing and spitting, right? Like it's sitting in their mouth and then they're swallowing it. So only use an appropriate pet tooth. My God, sorry, my brain is not working, nor is my tongue at the moment. A pet toothpaste for your pets.
So the next question that we came up with was, how do I get my dog used to having its teeth brushed? I know you have some good advice for that.
Yeah, so that's a really great question. You know, first and foremost, you never want to force your dog to do anything, right? What we want to do is desensitize our pets to accepting something in and around their mouth, and we have to do it at their pace, not ours. If you ever try to like hold your dog down and force it, you may do it once, but you're breaking your bond with your pet, because now they're not trusting you, which down the road can really work against you, especially if they get sick and you need to come to their mouth and like give them pills or something. You've basically just really destroyed that relationship. And you also want to make something that's enjoyable for them. So you start off really low and slow. When I say low, I mean like low capacity, right? So the first thing you want to do is just take your finger and get it near your dog's lips, right? Get it under, they call them the flews, lift them up, kind of just put your finger in your mouth. Now, if you have a dog that's going to bite you, when your hand goes near their mouth, brushing their teeth is probably not going to work for you, right? Let's just put that out there. It's not going to be for every dog. Sometimes you need to take a multimodal approach where you use other ways of helping to get those teeth clean. But for the dogs that do not have any type of aversion to hands around the mouth, we're just going to go slow, start with the finger. Then you can put some of the toothpaste gel on your finger. You can start massaging the gums, go inside, behind the teeth. Actually, I'm going to use this little model here rather than trying to fake it my own. So you're going to come here, you can go inside and under, and then you take a brush. And same type of thing. You can just start. So with this brush, it has 4 heads. So there's 3 that totally encapsulate the tooth and the opposing side, which keeps the jaw open. But you can use this opposing brush and just get that inside so they can start feeling the sensation of that brush, that tingling against their gums and their teeth, because that's going to be different than the feeling of your finger. And then you would move up again towards adding the toothpaste gel to the brush, and then you would go in and really kind of brush it the right way. But what I tell people is that there is no set timeline, right? Yeah. I might be able to have introduced this to my dog when she was really young and had it in and out totally fine. Within 4 days, I was brushing her teeth. For you, Tori, you're starting with older dogs. This is your second attempt at brushing their teeth. This might take 4 weeks for you to get from putting your finger in your mouth to then having the brush and the toothpaste gel. And I'm going to tell you, every second that you're attempting it is worth it. Don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated with your animal. Just stick with it, because it is really great for their health and longevity. And it is such an easy task once you desensitize them the right way. That's the most important part, is working at their pace, not at our pace, which is really hard in today's world, right?
Yeah, you want instant satisfaction,
yeah.
And it doesn't really always work that way. Yeah, I had read some of your advice about just like literally like massaging their lips with your finger, just so that they're like comfortable having you there. And so that's still where we're at with Lucy. She is still in that phase. Meanwhile, Bert has moved on and he's letting me put the toothbrush in and everything.
Well, and so let me just stop you for a second though. If that's all that Lucy's comfortable with, and you've been working at this for a month, maybe that's the indication that that's as far as you can go. So for you, I would say maybe give up on the brush and use like gauze, and put gauze on your finger with the toothpaste gel. That gauze will be enough to cause friction to remove that biofilm. So if that's where she's comfortable, work with her, right? Not against her.
Okay.
So that would be, I think, a really great solution for Lucy.
Okay, so you don't always have to, the end point isn't always a toothbrush. It's just some kind of delivery system for the gel.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a toothbrush would be ideal, right? But if we can't get ideal, then the next best thing would be to have something that creates that friction, which would be like the gauze pad, and the gel, this gel or whatever you wanted to use, and create that friction and remove as much as you can.
Okay.
It won't be as thorough, right? Yeah. But it'll be better than nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe I will try that. Because she's just, like I said, she's just fussy about things happening to her. One thing that I have observed with both of them that does make it easier for people who are wanting to get into this is doing it at nighttime when they are like almost asleep. So like when we're getting ready for bed and it's like 10 o'clock at night and everything's calm and they've gone to their beds, then I come and sneak in and kind of try to do a little dental routine, because it's not going to work. Like yesterday I was trying to take pictures around this time and it was not working, because they were like all excited. They were like, when are we eating dinner? They were like, let's play. And that was just like setting us up for failure. So it's not good for taking photos and videos to do it late at night when all the lights are turned off, but it has been much easier to convince them to go along with it when they're like out of it.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. Okay, we have one more question from ChatGPT, so let's see what it is. What are some natural ways to improve my dog's dental health besides brushing?
Yeah, so I just mentioned a little bit earlier about like a multimodal approach. So giving your dog something to chew. Obviously at Bow Wow Labs, for anyone that doesn't know, we invented the Bow Wow Buddy, which is a long-term chew safety device. So it allows your dogs all the benefits of long-term chewing without the danger or hazard of choking on that last little bit. So allowing your dog to chew, right? The idea being is that friction against the teeth are going to help with that biofilm and remove that biofilm. So whether that be bully sticks, whether it be cheese chews or yak sticks, or split antlers, or even some tracheas, raw bones are going to be a great way that you can kind of engage them, not only mentally, but you can also engage the jaw, which is going to be strengthening the jaw muscles, which help keep the dental oral health in alignment and whatnot. So there are a lot of other ways. You can also, I'm not really a big fan of the products that go into the water. I don't like to mess around with water in any way, shape, or form. I think water is such a large part of our body that we need to keep that as pure as possible. So I'm not an advocate of that, but there are some chews out there that are shorter term chews that also have some enzymatic properties that can help. So just kind of doing all of these things and having a really great diet. You know, a higher quality diet is going to be better for oral health as well.
Somebody just wrote in a great question. How many chews and that kind of stuff should your dog have per week, or how often should they have a chew?
So again, everything depends on the dog, but so long-term chews, I mean, if you gave them 2 or 3 times a week and layered that in with brushing, I think that would be great. Not only are they going to be getting the oral benefit, but they're not going to be putting on excess weight. You don't have to worry about GI upset because they have too many calories in their belly. If you have a severely overweight dog, you know, I'm going to say maybe trend towards like a cheese chew that's going to be harder. So that's going to have like a different action on the tooth. It takes them longer to chew. You can let them chew in it for 10 or 15 minutes, give them not only the oral benefits, but the mental benefit. And then you can take away and give one chew several times throughout the week. But ideally not more than 2 or 3.
Okay, so I am, as soon as we finish up this live, I have been working on a blog post that I'm going to publish, and I'll figure out a way to share this video in there as well. And so if anyone is curious about this dental gel and the toothbrush, which is very cool, and I like how it comes with this little case. The little case, this reminds me of like when I was a kid and you lost a tooth. This kind of looks like the little chest you would get to put your lost tooth in.
Yeah. So the reason for that is kind of based on me, right? So I told you that I brush my dog's teeth and then I put it right next to mine. I needed a way to stand it up and keep bacteria out from the brush and have a drain. So that's really what this case is all about. And I do just want to add one thing, whether you buy this brush or any other toothbrush, it's just like human toothbrushes, right? That you really want to replace that brush at about 3 months, just because bacteria can collect no matter how well you clean it. And also because the bristles start to wear down just like on a human toothbrush. I'm so
glad you mentioned that. That was actually a question I was thinking of when I was writing this blog post, is how often should you replace your dog's toothbrush? All right, is there anything else that you want to add about Pet Dental Health Awareness Month?
No, just, you know, thank you for having me and thank you for bringing awareness to this. I hope a few of your followers and viewers actually, you know, go out and buy a toothbrush and toothpaste gel and try it out and read your blog. And if they have issues, they can come to bowwowlabs.com. I have kind of a step-by-step as well if they're having a hard time, that they can, you know, introduce the brush and the toothpaste gel. And if that's still not working, like what's happening with you and Lucy, by all means, you can reach out to me at Bow Wow Labs and I will help give you some extra tips and guidance so that we can set your dog up for success.
You are full of so many great tips. I already emailed a question that, because Bert was kind of chewing on the toothbrush. And so you had some great ideas about how to avoid that. I think I was just rushing him too fast. I needed to like slow it down a little bit.
Right. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Tori.
Thank you, Johnna. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.